Hi, welcome to Comp1332 for summer of 2020. My name is Cam Quinn. I'll be your instructor for this course. This is the first time we've offered this course online, so I'm going to be recording a number of these videos just to help you to direct you what you have to do as you work through the course and to make sure that you have every opportunity to be successful in this course. So this particular video is just an introduction on some of the things you need to do to be aware of and so on. It'll take roughly 10 to 15 minutes to work through it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what the course is about. So the course is primarily Microsoft Office. We'll be spending 3 weeks on PowerPoint, 3 weeks on Word, 3 weeks on Excel, and you'll also be spending 1 week on the internet and 1 week on something called Common Features, just to kind of get you started in how to work with Microsoft Office. So what you'll require for this course is you must have a PC. You must have either a PC or a Mac. Either will work. You cannot use a Chromebook. You can't use an iPad or tablets, Surface tablets. It's iffy. I've had one person who was successful using a Surface tablet. I had another person who was not. You must have the full version of Microsoft Office. You can't use the internet version of Microsoft Office. You can't use Google Docs or any other of the knockoff products. It must be the full version of Microsoft Office. The course is written based on Office 2016. Office 2013 will work. I think even Office 2010 would probably work. Of course, Office 2019 will work, and Office 365. If you don't currently have Microsoft Office, you can get it for free. So in the links in Fanshawe Online, there's a link there for free Microsoft Office, which will allow you to download and install the Office 365 tool, which is the subscription version of Microsoft Office. Now, that is free as long as you're a student. As soon as you quit being a student, then you can either start paying the monthly fee or you can just let it go. But as long as you're a student, the Microsoft Office is free. You can get it for a PC or for a Mac, either one. If you are working with a Mac, be aware that the course was written using a PC, so there are certainly differences between Office on a PC and a Mac. Anytime there's a difference in how it works on a Mac versus a PC, it has been tested on a Mac and everything works. There are just some differences the way that a Mac works on a PC, and if there are differences, they will be identified within the instructions in Fanshawe Online, as well as the instructions on the particular assignment that you'll be doing, that you'll be working with. So as I said, the course is 14 weeks. In week number 1, we're going to be working on the internet. So there will be a PowerPoint presentation you can review in Fanshawe Online, followed by an assignment. There will be a video, and in that video I will take you step by step through creating and submitting your assignment. So you can have, the assignment is going to be in Microsoft Word, you can have Word open, you can have the video running, and we'll go through it step by step through the whole thing to help you to get that done. So it's primarily to just get you used to using your computer and used to using Fanshawe Online drop boxes, which is where you're going to submit your completed document. In week number 2, we're going to be working on something called Common Features, which is just kind of an introduction to Microsoft Office. It will also be your introduction to Microsoft, to My IT Lab. So there will be a video in week number 2 that takes you through getting yourself set up on My IT Lab. Just on cost, My IT Lab costs $100 if you just buy My IT Lab, which comes with an ebook, so an e-textbook that you can access on your phone, on a tablet, or on a PC. Or you can spend $120 and get My IT Lab with a textbook, with a physical textbook. Both of those are available from the bookstore. You can buy My IT Lab by itself from the publisher, from My IT Lab, the My IT Lab website, but that's $100 US. So just be aware that if you do it that way, you're going to be paying the duty, which is probably another 25%. So you'd be better off to buy it from the bookstore. In week number 2, as I say, there'll be a video there to get you set up on My IT Lab. We can use, there's a temporary access to My IT Lab that you can use at that time if you don't want to purchase My IT Lab right away in week number 2. That's good for 14 days. However, after the end of that 14 days, that license will expire, and at that point you will either have to purchase My IT Lab. Well, that's your only option. You have to buy My IT Lab. Once you purchase My IT Lab, then you can convert your temporary license. So anytime in that 2-week period, you can convert your temporary license to a permanent license. If you do not do that, you will no longer be able to do any assignments. And as I say, all of your assignments except for your quizzes are done in My IT Lab. So the quizzes are worth 15%, so 85% of your mark in this course is done using My IT Lab. So you just can't do the course without buying My IT Lab. If you buy it within that first 2 weeks, you're fine. You just convert your license to a full license. If you buy it after that 2 weeks, your license will have expired. You can then just purchase the license, open up the original account and convert it. The only difference will be is that as long as it is an expired account, I can't see anything you've done, and you won't be able to do any assignments. So at some point you're going to have to purchase My IT Lab. I'm sorry, but that's just the way the course is structured, and that's what you have to do. Alright, so as I said, the first week is going to be an internet assignment. So the assignment is worth roughly 3.9 marks. And again, we'll be working through that together. So everybody should be just fine with that. Just follow the instructions on the video, and you'll be fine. Week number 2, there's a quiz in Fanshawe Online. So you don't need My IT Lab for the quizzes. So the quizzes are in Fanshawe Online. There are 10 quizzes in the course worth 15%. We drop your 2 lowest marks, so each of those quizzes is worth 1.8 marks, 1.9 marks, 1.88. Then starting in week number 3, each week you will have a quiz in Fanshawe Online, and you will have a test or an assignment in My IT Lab. So you have to have My IT Lab to complete that assignment. There are 10 assignments. They're called graders. So 10 grader assignments worth 35% of your mark. We drop your lowest mark. So each of those graders is worth roughly 3.9 marks. So again, they'll start in week number 3. So starting in week number 3, each week you'll have a quiz in Fanshawe Online worth 1.88 marks, and you'll have a grader in My IT Lab worth 3.8 or 3.9 marks. And then after the 3 weeks of PowerPoint, you'll have a test. The test again is basically just another grader, same as your weekly grader assignments. It's worth 15%. Then you'll start Word. You'll have 3 weeks of Word, and then you'll have a test on just Word. That's worth 15%. Then you'll have 3 weeks of Excel. You'll have a test on Excel. That's worth 20%. All right. So 50% of your mark in this course is based on your tests, and 50% of your mark is based on 15% on quizzes in Fanshawe Online, and 35% based on graders in My IT Lab. All right, that's your sum total on your course. The course is structured to take 3 hours, so you should plan to have. I would say that what you would want to do is early in the week plan to take 3 hours and just work through everything at that 1 3-hour stint. So there's roughly going to be, forgetting the first 2 weeks because the internet and the common features won't take as long, but starting in week number 3, you'll have roughly an hour of instruction. So there is a video in Fanshawe Online that takes you through the whole instructional component of that particular week. Those instructions are basically working through the textbook. So within the textbook, you'll see that each week of PowerPoint, Word, and Excel, there is roughly 10 skills that you're going to be working through that particular week. They're all documented in the textbook, either online in the e-text or in the physical book. And as I say, there's a video in Fanshawe Online that takes you through that. There's roughly an hour for each one of those. So you download the starting files from Fanshawe Online, and then you work through that video. Now understand that video is just the instruction. It is not your assignment. So the video that you'll see there's no video for the assignment. The whole concept of this course is you have an hour of instruction, and then you spend the next hour and a half working through an assignment, which is based on the skills that you should have learned from that 1 hour of the instruction from the video. So if you're very comfortable with PowerPoint or Word or Excel, you may be able to just skip the instruction and go directly to the grader assignment. But the course is structured on the fact that you would be taking 1 hour of instruction, and then you would be working through the grader assignment. So the grader assignment should take you the next hour, hour and a half, and then, probably half an hour for the quiz. So there's your 3 hours. All your assignments, so your Fanshawe Online quizzes and your grader assignments in my IT Lab are due each week, Friday at midnight. So the whole idea here is to do this earlier in the week so that if for whatever reason you have a problem, you have a technical problem with the internet, or a technical problem with your computer, or our Microsoft Office, then you do it earlier in the week so that if you have a problem, you can communicate with me by email, and we'll resolve that and get it fixed before it comes due at Friday at midnight. Don't come to me at 11:45 on Friday and say, or even worse, on Saturday after it's closed, and say, well, I couldn't do my assignment because the internet was down, or my computer was broken, or I couldn't get this, or I couldn't understand something. You have to do that earlier in the week so that if you have a problem, we can talk about it and get it resolved prior to it becoming due. It's no different than if you had a work assignment at work. If you walked to your boss the day after it was due and said, oh, I couldn't get it done because I left everything to the last minute and something happened, that's not going to be a valid excuse for your supervisor. They're not going to accept that. They're going to expect that as soon as that you've done it earlier in the period of time, so that you're not leaving to the last minute, and if you have a problem, you've communicated immediately so that an alternate solution can be resolved. That's exactly the way this course is set up. So if you have a problem, you're going to tell me about it earlier in the week by email, and we can resolve it. On the whole concept of email, because this is an online course, the only way that I have to communicate with you is through email. So I will be sending you emails to your Fanshawe Online account. I won't email to your personal accounts or what have you. I will be sending a mail message to you. I'm not going to be sending you just junk email. So if you get a mail message from me, it's important. You have to read it. You have to respond to it. If you email me, I will respond very quickly. Usually it's within minutes, but at least it's within an hour, within a day or within an hour or so. You'll email me, I'll email you back. We'll try to resolve any sort of problems you have or any questions you might have around content or whatever. That's how we're going to communicate, is through email. There are discussion posts in Fanshawe Online that you can also post your questions to and resolve through that. But just be aware, email is crucial in this course. It's how we are going to talk. So if you have a question, email me or post it to the discussion board. But if it's a personal issue, then email me. If you don't read your email, I have no way of getting hold of you. I can't call you. I can't knock on your door. So you're going to have to, trust me. Email is the way that we're going to communicate, and that's the way we're going to deal with things. All right. So basically, just as a recap, you must have a PC or a Mac. You must have Microsoft Office. It can't be a clone or the web version. And you must have My IT Lab. You must purchase My IT Lab sometime in the first 3 weeks in order to complete your assignments. Primarily, that's the way the course is going to run. So all I can say, because it's an online course, it's crucial on you to set up your time. Please take 3 hours, put it aside for this course. Do it earlier in the week so that you can work through problems, and anything that crops up, you can email me. I will email you back, and we'll get it resolved. If there's a technical issue or there's something you don't understand, we'll work through it, and everything will be great, and everybody will do really well in the course. Good luck, and we'll talk to you as things move along. Thanks a lot. Bye.